Hey everybody, day 4, successful. I got a little hungry in the morning, I'm not gonna lie, but I have a couple of cheats that I love to do that help satiate me, and I'm gonna answer a few questions that people have just DM'd me, and I thought this was a great platform to do it. So I left around 6 in the morning, 6:15. Here it is around 9:45 or so at night, and it's just kind of a typical day during the week. So people were asking me, hey, Joel, what do you do about your hunger in the morning when you're fasting? Like if you do a 24-hour fast, you eat in one window, what happens if you do get hungry? Do you just cave and eat? No, I try 3 things. One, I put salt, a pretty generous liberal salt on my tongue, and then put it up against the roof of my mouth, and just kind of going around my morning and just, get myself organized, warm up my truck, do a few things, and then let it dissolve, wash it down with some water, and it's great. And oftentimes that'll help. This morning, I was a little more hungry. So what I did is I poured myself 2 ounces. I keep just a little bit of heavy cream here that's fresh, and I pour 2 ounces of heavy cream in a little cup, little Dixie cup, and I breathe in, kind of slurp it into my mouth so it aerates it. It's a trick. I don't know why. I just love it. And it's amazing. It just is this big mouthfeel of rich, creamy goodness. Truth be told, I cannot stand things in my coffee. I love black coffee. I love it roasty. I love it dark and rich. When I drank, I would drink, porters or stouts. I love that. Or when I have a drink, I'd have like a deep, rich, like a smoky scotch, right, for alcohol. But I'm not doing that. So I have my dark, roasty coffee. So I do go for something really robust, big mouth feel. I just love it. It's satiating. But you need a little fat. Fat really does curb the appetite. So back to the salt on the tongue, let it dissolve, press your tongue up against your mouth, kind of swirl it around a little bit. It's great. Couple ounces of heavy cream. You can even drive through a lot of coffee stands and they'll just say, hey, can I have a cup of coffee? But a small cup with just heavy cream in it, just an ounce or 2. And it's fine. A lot of times they won't even charge you for it. And then I drink the heavy cream separately if I'm going through a drive-through coffee shop. And it works great because, again, I don't like it in my coffee. It just lingers, and I don't like the effect of dairy in coffee because it just, yeah. But when they're separate, hello, it works great. And I'm a big coffeeholic, so since I was 15, 16 years old, and I'm considerably older than that now. So, okay, so the third thing would be pats of butter, just a little 1 ounce chip of butter. I toss that little square. I always keep some in the fridge in a little butter dish. And so that makes it quick and easy. And then I slice it off. I have a little butter knife in there, and then I rinse it off, wash it off in the sink, dry it off, and toss it back off to the side. So I'm ready. I'm ready to scoop my butter at any time. And it's great. And it really does. You let it melt in your mouth, and it's satiating. And that fat carries you through for sometimes it's 2 hours, sometimes it's 3. And then usually during the day, you're working so much, keeping busy, that you don't think about it. And then it's quitting time in the afternoon. It's like, I'm going to go get some food on the way home. That's when you get your burgers, your steaks, your beef, your eggs, whatever you want to do, right? Carnivore City. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. So, also, sorry, I don't have my contacts in today. So, I can't see you. Where'd you go? No, it's not that bad. But these are really for long distance. I can see just fine up close, but anything past 3 or 4 feet, I need a little correction. But anyway, so that's why I'm wearing these. So I just thought I'd keep them on in the video. Look, I'm different. I think there's one new hair that grew after Carnivore here, day 4. Another question that came in was, how did I start the Carnivore? I mentioned a few times that it had been a while. I did start it back in 2021, and it was around September. And it was a very uncomfortable time, but rewarding in the long run. So how I started Carnivore was I was on a 20-day juice fast where you buy all your juices for like 21 days, and then they give them to you in 5-day stints, and then 2 days is like water and a really punchy lemonade. That's your weekend, and then you do another 5 days of like 5 juices or 6 juices a day. And if I wanted a sweet juice, I would sub almond milk with a little bit of honey, maybe a drizzle of chocolate. I mean, that's just how these different plans work. But it was mostly green, bitter juicing. Some carrot juices and a little bit of an apple base, but I went raw and I went for it. And did it work? Yeah, in 21 days, I lost like 20 pounds. And then I had a week of just like small salads, a little bit of roughage. I wanted to break it up, maybe a piece of fish 2 days during that week. And then I did another 3-week, 21-day fast, kind of, not a fast, but a juice fast, juice diet, whatever you want to call it. And I was okay, and I lost some more weight. I mean, I lost 36 pounds total, or 34, but I felt empty. I felt kind of grumpy, and I was kind of irritated, honestly. After that much time, it wasn't satisfying. So then I started watching on YouTube, and it was around the time that, obviously everyone was home for the time being at certain times, and things were still keeping the distance. So I was just watching a lot of YouTube at the time, and I saw Dr. Sean Baker and Dr. Ken Berry, and they're fantastic. And then I've watched several other videos, of course, Bella Steak and Butter Gal. I would say one of my favorites is Judy Cho. She had the Carnivore Cure, and it's basically an elimination diet. Super informative. I mean, that got me motivated. And I would say that was my favorite read because I'm a tech geek and I read geek stuff all the time. I love facts and data. And so, Judy Cho, Carnivore Cure, and I'll do some little short clips this weekend. I'll share some books, some great reads, and all that stuff. And a lot of them are out there on YouTube right now, but it's still just good to know who the masses are watching and who motivates you the most and why were you motivated. So, when I decided to go and do the elimination diet and go down to meat for 90 days and then slowly add other things back in like broccoli or asparagus or green beans or something, doing it organically and all of that, I really just loved meat and I kind of extended it. That's when I lost my 61 pounds over the rest of that year. And it was fantastic. I gained 29 back, but I got a good start. So I have an idea for it, right? Here we are again, trying to reset. But how I started was a little too gung-ho. So truth be told, after that, almost 2-month vegan, juicing break, your digestion system is at rest. So you really have to be careful. If you're going to start going into solids, do it gradually. Spend a week and eat small salads, right? So if you're a vegan or you're vegetarian or you're doing something you're really kind of excited, intrigued, do it slowly. Bring in 4 ounces of meat once a day for 3 or 4 days, right? And then maybe 8 ounces. Talk to your doctor about it. Counselor, pray, whatever. I am no expert, but I'm telling you exactly my experience, the pros and cons. Here's the con. I jumped full guns in and I just started buying a pound of meat. I'm still hungry. 1.5 pounds. I just love the fact of hearing in the carnivore diet that You don't count calories. You eat until you're hungry, or excuse me, you eat until you're full. And there's this priming phase where 3 times during the day, you just eat until you're stuffed. And you do that for a week or a couple of weeks. There's some variations of it, but you do it for a while. And then you scale back. And then to 2 meals a day. And then you go, furnace. And then you're going to go to 1 meal a day. And then maybe you start doing these rolling, 48s, these fasts, all those things. But anyway, I was so excited to try it. I jumped in. And the 6th day, I noticed something that I was just getting more uncomfortable. Not from eating meat. I didn't go to the bathroom. Yeah. So it was such a shock to my system. And I got pretty worried. So I really started looking it up. And then I started doing laxatives, which is actually one of the worst things you can do, believe it or not. Again, I'm not an expert, but I will post some things this weekend with very good advice with using some water, some chia seeds, and drinking a certain amount, and then waiting and waiting and waiting, and then drinking another amount, and then waiting, and every hour. You just have these different amounts from a lot to a little to light, and then your body will shift. Do it naturally rather than go out and buy over-the-counter laxatives that can actually do more harm than good in some cases. So castor oil probably clean you out real good. I've never taken it, but I've heard stories. So after the dam broke, shall we say, it was like on my 7th day. I was absolutely levitating above the ground. I felt fantastic. And everything's been fine since then. And that's, again, after, 90 days, 120 days of mostly animal protein forward. So it's not just beef, butter, bacon, and eggs I did back then. I did fish and, any animal protein, really. I did, a lot of bison and I did a lot of other animals too. I won't mention it here, but it's amazing. I just tried Wild Animal Month. And it really broadened my understanding of our human body, of how amazing our bodies are. So if you don't shock your system and you give it time, it is amazing. And our bodies will heal themselves, right? So I believe it. I've received it. I've had it happen. So if you want the satiation in the morning, if you get snacky, salt, a little bit of heavy cream. If you want to go that way, stick of butter, something, not a whole stick, a pad, a little square, 1 ounce of butter. And then maybe some coffee or some tea to get you through the day. And you do that maybe even a couple times during the day. And then to transition, to answer that other question, was do it slowly. Do it gradually. Don't sit there. I mean, it's, I don't know how to do it, how to put this, but I'm a guy, so I'm just going to do this because it's what men do. You're sitting there and help me. I love you, God. What? Yes. And then your body is just, what's going on? Oh, nope. It's just, I can't even describe it. It was 6 days of hell. Do it slowly. The 7th day, we rest. And boy, did I. I took naps. I was excited. I had energy, but I took naps. And it was fine. So that's it. There's my whole story, my whole life. I don't even need to do another video now. Now you know my bowel movements. My sister's having a birthday today. Hey, sis. Happy birthday. She's beautiful, wonderful. My cousin, my goodness. My brother-in-law, her husband. She did not marry our cousin. That would be weird. My brother-in-law, her amazing husband, and my 3 nephews. What amazing kids. And they are almost to the ages of 1, 4, and 6. So they're super fun. I don't have any kids, so I am blessed with them. So there you go. Now you know. So if you ever wonder, it's like, I wonder what's going to happen to my belt. Just text me. Just send me a little DM or send me a note. Joel, should this be happening to my loins? Well, it just depends. You have a little too much meat last night? There's nothing really complicated about it. It's such a great experience when you get through it. And you're going to hear so many complain and whine about it. That's going to cause you cancer. Okay, bye. I'm not going to be here then. If that's true, I won't be here then to listen to you complain. Bye. I just don't listen to the negative energy. And it worked for me, I let life get in the way and I ate my feelings and I gained weight. But you know what? I'm on the right track now. Day number 4, I'm feeling great. I'm sorry this is now, 16 minutes, but I really just want to be open and transparent again, If you don't do it right, if you get a little too excited and go too gung-ho, some negative things could happen like that. You don't want to get constipated. In general, just eating meat, you will have great bowel movements. I'm going to tell you right now. So let me say that. I've never had a problem since, ever. That was 2021. So it's just a hard transition. Liquid diet, let's have 2 steaks a day. You know what I mean? It's unnatural, right? Be gentle, okay? That's all I meant. So other than that, I have so many other things to share, but I don't want to paraphrase it and leave something else out. So this weekend, now you know how I poop and how I, satiate my appetite. God bless you, my children. I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to put a little picture of what I ate tonight, my 2 steaks, my bacon, and my liquid death. So I'll just pop that in right now. Hello. And then it just looks delicious. Isn't that? How could you not want to eat that right there? Boom. So there we go. I really like doing this. I want to share. I know tonight was a little random. It's a little long. Ha-hoy. But I don't know. I just felt need to share. And I wasn't going to share about pooping, but I guess I did. There you go. Feel closer to me now? Probably don't want to get too close. Have fun doing this. We'll see you tomorrow. Day number 5. Bye.